on their own, together with their paramount chiefs or local authorities. They are all on their own. And as a member of the 4th Parliament, when the Local Court Act was enacted, I must confess here that it was a long-drawn battle. A long-drawn battle for the local courts to be shifted from local government to judiciary. It was not easy. It was strongly resisted by the local authorities, including the local government. It was strongly resisted. But based on our resolve at that time, we believe that justice system cannot be limited to only the superior courts. In fact, the inferior courts happen to interface with more ceremonials, more litigants than the superior courts, by far. And they need to be supervised. They need to be trained. In fact, before 2011, one of the issues that we debated on, and it was a long-run battle, is for the local court chairman, qualification of the local court chairman. Some said the local court chairman must be able to read and write. And others said, no, it's not necessary. All that is necessary is for you to be versed in the the traditions and customs of the people. Of course, I was a fan of the former. That as a local court chairman, you must be able to read and write. This is the 21st century. A local court chairman cannot be sitting and then his or her judgment being written by the clerks. And then you cannot even verify. You cannot even prove your ruling. The content of your ruling. You cannot prove it. The local court chairman may have ruled in one way, and then the clerk will document it in another way. And above all, decisions of local court chairman are subject to appeal. It can be appealed against. So in the event of appeal, how will you defend yourself when you don't even know what the clerk has written? Of course, for fines, the nominee gave some explanations and some of his intentions to address those fine provisions. Every local court chairman are now on their own. They fine exorbitantly, and sometimes they even hang heads with the local authorities. It's based on the instructions of the local authority that the chairman will follow. And if those instructions are born out of malice, are born out of bad faith, then justice will not be delivered. I know there's a supervisor, a national supervisor of the local courts, seated right in Freetown. In my opinion, that office, holder of that office, except if he has got the national matters to address. Otherwise, that office should not be seated in Freetown. That office should be seated in the provinces, except if that individual has all the national duties to perform, which requires that individual to stay in Freetown. Otherwise, that person has no business staying in Freetown, because you cannot interface with the local courts here. The local courts are in the provinces, majority of them. So you need to take note of that. The local court system is nothing to write home about. Nothing, absolutely. My proposed Chief Justice, you have been, if you are approved, you are about to inherit a new baby of this parliament. And that maybe is the new Criminal Procedure Act, 2024. For that act to be enacted, I must inform this House that the entire Sierra Leone justice system and all beneficiaries of the justice system of that act, we need to congratulate our former Chief Justice, Honorable Justice Barmak. Honorable Justice Barmak has been the brainchild behind the enactment of this law, the Criminal Procedure Act. As I always tell you, I served as chairman of the Legislative Committee for 3 years and deputy for 2 years. During that my time as chairman of the Legislative Committee, I received 5 versions of the Criminal Procedure Bill. 5. None of them were enacted. By the time we enact, an official of the court will come, say, oh, yeah, sorry, whether from the DPP or from the Chief Justice's office or from the Attorney General's office, please, we are sorry, we want to amend this thing, we want to add this thing, just wait a while. We continue to wait. But Justice Barmak never gave up. He insisted. He was resolved. And today he has a legacy, which no one can take from him. He is the singular brainchild. Kudos to you, sir. The content of this new criminal procedure is very good for the justice system of this country. In fact, for me, you know, at the end of my second term, I felt unfulfilled because I never intended to come back. So I went away from Parliament unfulfilled because by the time I ended my second term, the PI system, the virus, cancerous PI system, was still part of our laws. I call it cancer, but it's incurable. It's incurable. But by divine providence, I came back to Parliament as a third-term MP, and I'm one of the MPs who can celebrate today that in our new Criminal Procedure Act, the PI system is nothing now, nothing, no threat to the justice system, no threat, absolutely. It has a limited time, very limited. It must be concluded within that limitation. It's a must, because it's a procedure. You have to follow the procedure. It's a must. Room for exemption, very limited. People must comply. Who is to use that? The PI system, bye-bye. You are gone. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the general perception of the judiciary, this is my candid opinion as a Sierra Leonean. It's my candid opinion. That how I wish that the judiciary will be non-political. How I wish. And I'm thinking of that. Because I believe very soon, pretty soon, the constitutional amendments, the various amendments in our constitution will be before this House, which includes how the judiciary functions, manner of appointment, tenure of office, and all these things. I'm thinking of one way to include in our constitution during the review process to ensure that whether we like it or not, the judiciary will be non-political. As it is now, It is being dictated by the Constitution. It's being dictated by the Constitution. And it's human. As humans, it's difficult, very difficult, to make it non-political as it is right now. In the first place, the appointment of the chief justice is done by the political head. It's done by the political head. And if it pleases me as a political head, to appoint you as chief justice, and there is room, even though it's difficult, it's rigorous, but there is room for your removal. What do you expect? What will be the nature of your loyalty? You have to be loyal. Whether you agree or disagree, you have to be loyal. It's very pathetic. And in practice, I'm saying this now, in practice, what I have seen chief justice coming in, going out, even before end of their term, repeatedly. Chief justice have been asked to leave office even before the end of their term. To me, that is not correct. It's not correct. As far as I'm concerned, all accountability bodies, like the judiciary, for instance, judiciary, of which, once you are appointed, you are supposed to be non-political. I hope you get this very well. Accountability bodies whose heads, after appointment, you are supposed to be non-political. As far as I'm concerned, there should be no room whatsoever for their removal. Whatsoever. Yes. Because once you create room, no matter how you make it rigorous, it can be abused. It can be misused. It can be abused. As long as there is room, no matter how rigorous, it can be surmounted. As far as I'm concerned, it should be zero. My only exception is for political appointees who remain to be political after appointment. If you are a political appointee, you remain political even after you are approved by Parliament. Fair enough. You can be hired and fired. But as long as you are expected to be non-political after approval, there should be no room. Otherwise, it will be abused. Government in, government out, it will be abused. And that is affecting the efficiency. It's affecting the efficiency now of the judiciary. Very much. And most times, I have been on both sides. I've been over there. I'm now here. So I have a balanced experience. That's what I'm saying now. When it is on your side, you think it's the best. But when it is against you, you will know what I'm saying. And no condition is permanent. Take note of that. No condition is permanent. Mr. Speaker, honorable members. The new CPA. My only reservation is our jury system that has gone. The jury system is gone. The Honorable Justice Koba Kamanda, upon your approval, you will be inheriting a system totally devoid of jury system. You need to think about that as to how you will manage it. But if I have my way, it will come back. If I have my way, and Parliament can do it at the most appropriate time. some of us will be moving to ensure we have our judicial system back as part of our laws. Otherwise, when it is against you, you will know what I'm saying. Take note of that. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, without much ado, I believe, of course, he's qualified. He's qualified. And he will listen to our advice that it is now your responsibility to change and improve on public perception of the judicial system in this country. It's now your responsibility. This is your time. This is your time to change public perception and improve it. How will you leave it? By the time you leave, somebody was there before you, and somebody will come after you. For your accountability to this nation and to your creator is that bracket. The bracket, the time during which you were in charge. What have you done? Ask yourself that question on a daily basis. Anything you are about to do, is it pleasing to my maker? Is it pleasing to my conscience? Is it pleasing to public perception? I have no doubt in you. I know if you so wish, you can, if you so wish. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, for the rest, I believe the President, His Excellency, cannot do a mistake. His nominees now is that his decision to nominate these 12 people before us is based on his own confidence. His own confidence. He has reposed on these individuals to deliver on his agenda in ruling this government. And we have interviewed them. During that time, we would have questioned their eligibility, if there was any. But as far as I know, I have no question for their eligibility. So on that note, I believe they are qualified, and we need to allow them to take up their various responsibilities to deliver on their mandate. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Gival, 5 minutes. 5 minutes, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, before I start my debate, I always say Honorable Daniel Nkrumah is a fine gentleman, a fine Sierra Leonean. I would just like to correct a few things that he said during his debate. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, it is true that he has said, successive Chief Justice successive appointees in the office of the Chief Justice have been removed. I want him to know that when His Excellency Ernest Nkrumah was in office 2 days after his approval, 2 days after he took oath of office, he removed Dr. Adenara Thomas as Chief Justice of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Just 2 days after he took oath of office, Adenara Thomas was removed as Chief Justice of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I must say His Excellency,
Hold on. Yes, honorable.
The honorable member has referenced me, and I believe I have the right to respond. In his opening statements, he said he so wished to correct me on what I said. But I believe that all those listening to us now, what he has just said is further support of my presentation I made. That based on our legal system, Chief Justice successively have been removed before the end of their term. That has been my problem. And he's just writing one of the examples. That's what I said. That's one of the examples. And I said, because it's wrong. It's wrong, it's not correct.
Yes, I'm just supporting that it's indeed wrong. It's indeed wrong. I'm supporting that it's indeed wrong. Particularly to remove a Chief Justice from office 2 days after you take oath of office is indeed wrong. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I'm given just 5 minutes. I will just concentrate on the debate on the nominee, the Chief Justice, the Chief Justice designate of the judiciary. Justice Combat Commander, I crossed paths with while I was in university, and shortly after he was called to the bar, himself and I occupied a very small office. Then it was not Brewer & Co. Then it was an individual practice under the name Anthony Brewer. Came to do pupillage as I was also doing pupillage under DB Queen. He's a man of strong character. He's a very strong character. As a magistrate, he has served Sierra Leone and has given back to this country. He has served successive governments. He served as magistrate under the APC government, and he gave back to this country. I remember those days when the streets of Freetown were really dangerous to be after 6 o'clock, particularly central Freetown. Then the Minister of Internal Affairs was Paulo Conte. Those are the days when people who were arrested for pickpocketing or stabbing people in central Freetown were more like thinking they were demigods. Justice Combat Commander presided over several of those cases, and through him, central Freetown became a very peaceful place. Today, I am not here to praise him. I'm here to admonish the judiciary. I take a look at you, and I see some very senior members of the judiciary are conspicuously absent. Conspicuously absent. One person that I always prayed for to be Chief Justice was Justice Brown Mark. When he was made Chief Justice, I said, God, acting Chief Justice, I said, God, thank you. Because he wanted to be, he had the experience, and God chose him and gave him the nomenclature before he finally bowed out of the building. And when he came, he made several good reforms, extremely good reforms. And I'm happy as he is stepping out, the young man, Justice Combat Commander, is coming in. I want to beseech you to guide him using your wealth of experience as a legal practitioner of over 30 or 40 years standing, as a bencher of over 15 or 20 years standing. I want you to guide him and ensure that the family, the judicial family, is together. We want the judicial family to be together. One appeals court judge that I will not mention told me that there are certain positions are only given by God. Those positions are given before it is crowned on planet Earth. Today, God has chosen Justice Combat Commander. He will succeed if all of you rally around him and make the judiciary great. And indeed, the judiciary will be great again. And with your wealth of experience, with the way every judicial member respects you, I have no doubt that you will be able to do that sacred duty, and that all of them will be calling upon you for your wealth of experience. That Justice Combat Commander himself will always knock at your door when he faces difficulties in the judiciary. For difficulties he shall face, just like Justice Edward did face. Being the Chief Justice of the Republic of Sierra Leone is not an easy job. It's indeed a very difficult job. Even being a magistrate, when the magistrate presides over a case and there are two lawyers appear on, one lawyer will go and say something inimical to his integrity. I have seen it, let alone a high court judge, an appeal court judge, a supreme court judge, or a chief justice. the entire nation will say A or will say B. But like I said, Justice Kamanda is a very strong character. A very strong character. He has presided over difficult cases, has been asked to preside over cases. We are very senior Sierra Leoneans. We are asked to appear before him, and he delivered justice without fear or favor. And to the House, I want us to respect, and the public, I want us to respect the judiciary, the judges, the magistrates. These people are doing very difficult jobs that some of us could not have taken. When I was called to the bar some 21 years ago, I was also given the opportunity to be a magistrate. If I had been, maybe I would have been on the High Court or Appeals Court or on the Supreme Court bench. But I choose to follow the briefs, the ones that will bring $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 to my pocket. Some of them choose to be on the bench. In those days, they used to pay them less than 1 million euros. They decided to go to the bench. So when they are there, it behoves us to respect them. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I will ask that when you are approved, and I'm sure, inshallah, you're going to be approved. When you are approved, you please.
Honorable, give her 1 more minute.
Yes, you please work in tandem with the legislature, the executive, to ensure that the welfare of your colleague judges is improved. I sometimes look at some judges driving their own vehicles. Sometimes when their vehicles broke down, they will have to write letters just so that they are helped, so that they maintain their vehicles. I am sure you yourself, you've been there, you've served as magistrate in the provinces, and you've served as judge in the city. And I'm sure with your experience, you'll be able to help in their welfare. I also want, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, just 1 minute, that you embark on reforms. You embark on reforms, especially reforms of rules and procedure. I want you to look at the Supreme Court rules of 1982. I also entreat you to look at the Court of Appeals rules of 1985. We have the Rules of Courts Committee. I want you to actually reconstitute or make the Rules of Courts Committee very active. So some of these rules that are taking 10, 15, 20 years are being reformed so that they meet the trend of events today. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I have no doubt in my mind that Justice Kamanda, with the support of all the Supreme Court judges, the Appeals Court judges, the magistrates and High Court judges, will deliver and will succeed. For I know for sure, like my colleague said on the other hand, he is one person that has never veered into national politics. That is why I always say Justice, that President Julius Maada Bio will go down. Let me just finish this thread, Mr. Speaker. I crave your indulgence that President Julius Maada Bio will go down into record as one of the best presidents. Justice Kamanda, I will vow, I never veered into politics. No one can say he's APC, SFPP, PMDC, NGC.
Thank you.
On that note, I want to say thank you and wish you well.
Thank you very much. Yes, leader of government, leader of the opposition. I'll be grateful if you make that snap. We have a very long day today.
Leader.
Yes, sir.
Leader.
Honorable.
Yeah. No, before that, please, leader, let me use this opportunity as a Francis.
I have not given you permission.
Speaker,
Please,
sir. Just one more to as a St. Francis, as a Franciscan to
please, sit down, please. Please sit down, please. Let's proceed.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, honorable members. I know we are behind schedule. I would have loved to have had the voice of Honorable Peter Yamba, but I know time is against us because he has expressed sentiment on the appointment of his brother from the north, and he wanted to shower praises on him. But because of time, I will do it for him. Yes, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I don't intend to hold the mic for long because we have so many things on our plate today. To the Chief Justice, when he was debating, I had the Deputy Leader of Government Business 1, saying that there had been challenges in the judiciary. One thing I like about him is that there are times when he debates like a Sierra Leonean. And these are similar concerns we also share. You have a moral obligation as the Chief Justice. You have to ensure that justice is dispensed regardless of political orientation, regardless of tribe, regardless of region. You see, being a judge is the only role you can play that is equivalent to the function of God. God judges us for whatsoever we do on earth. So you are representing God on planet Earth. That is why when you are dispensing justice, you should ensure that you do it without fear and without favor. We don't want to see a judiciary in which a political party will be scared to go to court. We want to see a judiciary that everybody will be proud of. And like I say, to every appointment, there is a...
Please. Thank you. Mr. Speaker, it's 12. I therefore move that SO5 to be suspended for the business of the House to continue.
Any seconder?
I so second.
All those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Proceed.
So, Justice, come back, Commander, you have this Herculean task. The public should repose confidence on the judiciary. Also, when he was debating, the deputy leader of Government Business 1 showered accolades on Abu Abu, saying that he's a strong man. He's a strong man. Say he's a tough man. And Abu Abu is waving, very proud of the accolades. All I want to say, Abu Abu, you were once suspended while serving as a city minister. Ensure you do everything correct for you not to be suspended again. You can't be proud of somebody who has been suspended. This is what they do to deceive people. So do everything within the limits of your power to ensure that you do everything correctly. When the new resident minister was introduced, regardless of the fact that MPs on this side know very well that he is SLPP, regardless of the fact that MPs on this side know very well that he is not APC, they clapped for him. They clapped for him. Many others have come here, they are SLPP. We have clapped for them, we have congratulated them because they behave like Sierra Leoneans.
Opposition leader.
No, by the way, Abu is my man. It's my man. It's my man. I wish you well in your new appointment. I wish you well. But unfortunately, the chairman Public Transport Authority, unfortunately, the buses are operated by the private sector. So you have to begin to find kekes I'm just kidding. Yeah, without wasting time, because we have a long day today, I want to wish all the appointees, the former Chief Justice, Desmond Babatunde Edwards, that is going to Dublin. I want to wish you all well. May God direct you. May God make you serve this country very well. May God make sure that Sierra Leoneans benefit from your services. So without much ado, Mr. Speaker, and because of time constraint, I want to ask us on this side to unhesitatingly and expeditiously pass these appointees.
Thank you very much, leader of the opposition. Leader of government business.
Thank you very much, colleagues, for expressing such a wonderful sentiment for the nominees. That tells you that we have done a very good job at the committee level. And the leader of the opposition has expressed his willingness for us to speedily approve these nominees. I'm fully aware of the time, and also you don't keep the president waiting to perform state functions for specific nominees. And I believe the people of Kono, the deputy leader to Emasi, Namina, and your Kono, sisters and brothers, we are happy today to have one of your kind. Man who has been in the judiciary for a very long time since he left college. And he knows what operates within the judiciary. I wish you well. I know we don't need to talk about challenges anymore. We said it all, that you need to take care of those who are retired. By age, they are retired, or by performance, they are still worthy of giving you their assistance. They are the substantive predecessor, now going as an ambassador to Ireland, Dublin. Said it all in the interview, that I'm always ready to give a helping hand if it's called upon. Also, the acting is outgoing. Of course, retired, but see what he has done at the judiciary. He has done so well. That tells you that you have to make room for those who are retired. Retired by age or by performance, we still need them. So the reforms, you need to look at the reforms. It's just a matter of appointing you as a judge, the Chief Justice. But you have seniors, you have those who refer to your seniors, embrace them, work together with them, look at the conditions of service, even those who are retired, so you can leave a hallmark at the judiciary. The rest of the nominees, I wish you all the best. That I wish you follow what the spirit of leadership is giving you. You have a very good resume. You have read it well. We understood all what you have done for this nation. Continue to strive, continue to rise, continue to do the best you can for this country. All of you. I think I'm satisfied. So the committee, yesterday and today, we've proved that we have done the best we can to look at your profile and assess you for the service and the position that you are going to attain. And if approved, I know you are going to perform. I know you are going to perform. More than half of the members, the nominees, Mr. Speaker, it's not the first time coming to Parliament. They have been with us, so are real professionals. So I thank you very much for your service given to this nation. We know what is operating right across what we are doing as a nation. So let us support them any way we can in doing our oversight functions. We just don't go after them or give their advices where necessary. Mr. Speaker, thank you for habilitating us. Colleagues, all thank you very much for the support given to all of us. Thank you. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the fifth report reflects the unanimous view of the committee. I therefore move that the fifth report of the second session of the Committee on Appointment and Public Service be adopted by the House. Thank you.
Honorable members, Let me at this stage recognize the presence of certain eminent personalities that we have here this morning, beginning with the Honorable Mr. Justice N.C. Bramak, the Justice of the Supreme Court of Sierra Leone, and the Acting Chief Justice that is now going to be replaced by the Chief Justice if approved. Mr. Justice Alusain Sise, Justice of the Supreme Court of Sierra Leone, Justice Fatmata Bintu Aladi, she is the Justice of the Court of Appeal, Justice Abdurrahman Mansare, he is the Justice of the High Court of Sierra Leone, Justice Suleiman Ba, he is the Justice of the Court of Appeal, Justice Abdullah Bangura, he is the Justice of the Supreme Court of Sierra Leone, Justice Jamesina King, she is the Justice of the Court of Appeal, Justice Ivan Sise, Court of Appeal, Justice Momoja Stevens, is the Justice of the Court of Appeal, Justice A.K. Musa, the Justice of the High Court of Sierra Leone, Justice Banks Kamara, is the Justice of the High Court of Sierra Leone, Justice Tonia Badet, she is the Justice of the Court of Appeal, Justice A.T. Gandas, she is the Justice of the High Court of Sierra Leone, Justice Manuela Harding, she is the Justice of the High Court of Sierra Leone, Justice S.O.T. Tilo, the Justice of the High Court of Sierra Leone, Justice Abubakar Sharif, the Justice of the High Court of Sierra Leone, Justice Simeon Aliu, the Justice of the High Court of Sierra Leone, Justice Michael Mami, the Justice of the Court of Appeal, Justice Cosmo Tina Jarrett, she is the Justice of the High Court of Sierra Leone, Mr. Usman I. Kano, is the DPP, the Director of Public Prosecutions. Dr. Bangura is the Director of the Sierra Leone Law School. Well, Justice Niata Samba is here today again. She is the Justice of the Supreme Court of Sierra Leone. And of course, Justice of the International Criminal Court. You are all heartily welcome to the House of Parliament. Do we have any other justices around? Justice Adrian Fisher. Where is he? You are welcome. You are welcome. I also recognize the presence of Bishop Akintayo Samjoli. You are welcome. And all the paramount chiefs and other dignitaries present here, you are all heartily welcome. This is the people's house, your house. You are welcome. Honorable members, the questions. That the fifth report of the second session of the sixth Parliament of the Committee on Appointment and the Public Service be adopted by the House and that the recommendations contained therein be approved. All those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Congratulations.
Motion of the Committee on Appointments and the Public Service has been approved. Government motion 2. Government motion 2. Honorable Matthew Sanyuma, Leader of Government Business.
Honorable members, please occupy your seats. Honorable members, please occupy your seats. Sergeant Atam, you should be seated here and not there. You should be seated here by the mace. And I wanted to inform you again that we have only one sergeant Atam. Because these days I see different people bringing the speaker in. We have only one sergeant Atam. We will encourage your deputy, but no other person apart from your deputy. You, your deputy. Because the other day somebody else took the mace and came in announcing Mr. Speaker. That was wrong. We have only one sergeant Atam in any parliament. But for purposes of convenience, we tolerate your deputy. Please. And you should be seated there. By the mace.
Thank you, sir.
By the authority of parliament.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Government motion 2. Honorable Matthew Sanyuma, Leader of Government Business.
Honorable members, Sergeant Atam, can you go around to call all members of parliament to be here? And I stand down this matter for 10 minutes for very obvious reasons.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone.